Truth Unveiled here, and today I'm going to be exposing technology. We're going to be talking about cell towers, 5G, iPhone X, artificial intelligence, and the real agenda, because so many are covering it, but they're not telling you why this is happening, why all of this technology, and they're trying to keep your mind pacified to make you think that technology is a great thing and old technology is your friend, when there is a real sinister agenda going on. But before we go into that, I wanted to tell you this as a warning and as a heads up, and that's this: the elite know exactly what time it is. Your elite is running out of time. Your elite is getting older and older, and they're running out of organs that are functional. So what are they doing? They're selling organs, organ trafficking. Your elite is getting too old. They're starting to die off, but they need to keep the ones who are up there in age, like the ones who are in the 80s and the 90s and even the hundreds, because these are the ones who've been working and conspiring with the fallen ones for quite some time now. And as they near their plans and their final operations for their new world order, for the coming of their anti-messiah, who will be Satan disguised as the creator, what they're trying to do now is they're trying to preserve them and preserve body parts and also sell body parts, which also explains what's going on in Libya and why the world is allowing it to go on with nobody saying anything, because it's a business, because it's a franchise, because organ trafficking, human trafficking, sex trafficking, and drug trafficking is a huge business for your government that's run by the elite, run by the satanic Illuminati, run by the fallen ones themselves, and they know they make a ton of profit from it. But how does this all relate to technology? You're going to see how it all relates right now. You've probably seen these cell towers deployed all over the country. You probably see them on expressways, on highways, next to buildings, all over the place. But have you ever wondered why you start to feel certain moods at certain times? Have you ever had certain mood swings? Have you ever wondered that it could actually come from cell towers and be influenced by the technology that you're using, such as cell phones, electronics, laptops, computers? And this is all covert. It is a silent weapon, silent deadly weapons. That's what this is, because these towers is the silent war, which is what? The war on your mind. Mind control is why they use. And what they do is that they emit out certain waves and frequencies that can be used to alter certain emotions. They can be used to alter your mind, alter your feelings, and cause and create feelings in certain opposition to be used against you, which could even explain certain mood swings that could occur. And all of the latest technology is leading up to it. So the more advanced the technology gets, because guess what? The technology comes from the fallen ones. Well, the technology that your elite and Illuminati are getting from the fallen ones and are employing and deploying, courtesy Apple and all these other companies who are also Zionists, who work directly with the fallen ones, just like your old elite. Their job is to make you want to get these cell phones, to make it a norm with commercials and brainwashing television. That's why television is called programming, with advertisements and commercials, to make it look real cool and, oh, you have the latest technology with all these apps and different things, when really it's a war on your mind. Now, this doesn't mean throw out your cell phone entirely or get rid of your computer entirely, but what it's trying to tell you and let you know is that there is a deeper agenda involved with all of this, and you need to see it if you don't know it, and how it also relates to the end times. Now, the technology that's used in cell towers can also be used for spying purposes. It can be used by your government and all of your alphabet soups to spy on you, to track your every purchase, track your every move, track your every sale, track everything that you do from start to finish, to try to see. And that's why they have fusion centers with these FEMA camps, to see exactly who are the dissidents, see exactly who they're going to target come the New World Order. And they already have the evidence on you, because they've been collecting your data via the technology and via all of these different apps on your phone. Because when you give Facebook Messenger and other apps permission to access your phone, who are you actually giving access to? Not to mention what you're also looking at, which is disguised cell towers. Because it's all an illusion to make you think that everything is normal, to make you think that it's all right, to make you think that everything is fine and dandy, but is it really? What are you actually looking at? Because here is a website, and I've gone over this website in other of my spying videos that talk more about what? Disguised camouflage cell phone towers in your neighborhoods, in your areas, to try to track and spy on you so that the government can collect everything about you, but also for mind control purposes. Now, there are plenty of websites and plenty of companies that have been developing these technologies for how many years now? As you can see, here's one of them, and I've gone over this website before. As you can see, it's all across the country. It's worldwide also, because is that really a bush you're looking at, or is it really a cell phone tower? Is it really a bush, big bush right here, or is it really a cell phone tower? Is that a flagpole, or is that a cell phone tower? Is this a palm tree, or is it really a cell phone tower? How about this seemingly good cactus right here? Is it really a cactus? Here are just more examples of cell tower disguises that are seen all across the country and in a neighborhood near you. It's already implemented. The technology is here, folks. Everything is not what it seems. And we're just going to go over a few more examples, and I'm going to show you these pictures and link this in the description box below so that you can take a look on it at your own time. But you can see right here, is that really a cactus? And also pay careful attention, folks, and note how they're putting this stuff in remote locations. Will this be used for FEMA camps come the New World Order, to be able to track and to be used against you come the New World Order? Because this is a cell tower super tree, as you can see, in the middle of a forest. There are a lot of palm trees that are disguised as cell towers, and know how they're so covert that you can hardly tell the difference. Very interesting and suspicious indeed. A lot of flagpoles are also used as cell towers, and they're disguising flagpoles because they know darn well when stuff starts hitting the fan in America, specifically when stuff starts happening and when national emergencies are declared, your schools, which are federally government owned by the way, your schools are going to turn into FEMA camps and are going to be used to house people in these FEMA camps, extermination camps, come the New World Order. That's why the flagpoles are ready to go. They also have church bells too that are ready to go, because is that really a church bell, or is it really a disguised cell phone tower? Why? Because I've done plenty of videos on your pastors and your pimpin' pastors, your Creflo got your dollar, and your TD snakes who were involved with this, who are going to turn against their congregation, use Romans chapter 13 against them, so when stuff does hit the fan, they're going to tell their congregation, oh, you need to go to, do what the government says, go to these FEMA camps. They're not going to call them FEMA camps because they already are going to convert their churches into the FEMA camps. Do you see how deep this really goes? There are tree trunks that they're using. These are just some examples. Yes, they have them in the UK too. They're all over the world. I'm telling you, it's going to be a massive, massive delusion, because that ain't no tree right there. And then here's another one. It's a cactus in Arizona right here. This is just giving you an idea of how they look. Another palm tree right here, as you can see, and I'll be sure to link this in the description box below. And this one is just beyond obvious. Now, if you're not familiar with 5G, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it and how it relates to the Illuminati and the plans of the New World Order, because you're going to see how it all relates. And you're probably wondering why all of this is happening and why they're actually doing all of this and what it really is going to lead up to. I'm going to share that with you later on in the video to come also. But this just gives a brief definition of 5G itself and the 5G technology. It says, what is 5G? Everything you need to know, a definition. It's the term used to describe the next generation of mobile networks beyond the 4G LTE mobile networks of today. As of mid-2016, there was no standard, so the definition is still very fluid. It is assumed that 5G networks will not become commercially available until the 2020 timeframe. Now, that's what they tell you, and that's what they want you to think. But the reality is that your government and your military is that they've been borrowing 5G technology and advanced technology from the fallen ones, where they get their technology from. All those weapons that you see, all of those things, they get it from the fallen ones. The ITU, or the International Telecommunications Union, will be the standards body that releases the final standard, which is also being referred to as the International Mobile Telecommunications, or IMT 2020, which also explains a lot of what you see, like websites like YouTube, companies like Apple and Microsoft. Do you really think that it's just the person behind it, or is there an entity behind it too? Because then it says the 3GPP is the mobile industry standards body that will submit a proposed specification to the ITU to be part of the IMT 2020 standard. And remember, we wrestle not against flesh and blood. This technology, that's part of the delusion and the deception of the enemy. They want you to think that, oh, it's just for entertainment, and oh, the movie screens and the technology, it's for your entertainment. Choose all these different apps, when there is a more potent agenda behind this. But then it says mobile operators and vendors all participate in the 3GPP specification process. This comes from Tech World. Now, while they want you to think that, oh, 5G is going to be faster internet, it's going to be much faster than 4G, you're going to have more benefits, more features, all of these wonderful things, while they want you to think that, oh, it's going to have better system performances, enhanced services, and better business models, there's something else that they're not telling you. And actually, they're subliminally telling you, because what it's actually going to do is what? 5G, the number 5. Oh, just like the fifth age, which represents the new age of technology, just like the new age getting ready for the new world order, one world technology. And what their goal of what they're trying to do is spread this technology all over the world, so that even other places in the world can have the technology, so that they can attempt to better control, monitor, and mind control people all across the world. And that's where the anti-Messiah beast system comes in. This all relates to what? The beast technology, which will be used to wage war against anybody who does not accept it, and will also be used to wage war come the fight and battle in the New World Order, not to mention the beast technology for anyone leading up to the chip, so that anyone who does not accept it, they already have the mental weapons and the warfare ready to go. Why? Because of mind control. And your government has been doing this since the 50s, since the 60s, for how many years now, when it comes to mind control experiments, and when it comes to certain things such as Project MK Ultra. And I've talked about this, so your government has a lovely document on it, because MK Ultra involves experiments with electroshocks, physical and mental torture, and abuse that are used in a systematic manner on a ton of subjects, including children, even now, which could also explain the FBI and when it comes to missing children, so-called. Oh no, they're not missing. They're just used as experimentation for your government. That's what they're used for. Sad to say. But they've even been doing this, like I said earlier ago, from the 50s and 60s. And your CIA, this is the actual document that we've gone over before, talks about what? Project MK Ultra, their program of research in what? Behavioral modification. Now think to yourself, why would they need to modify people's behavior?
This is like alien abduction, guys. This is what aliens do when they abduct you. This is the kind of stuff they do.
World order, an attempt to control your every move and your every step, turning people into robots. And we'll be talking more about that also when it comes to artificial intelligence, and also the iPhone X too. But as you can see right here, they already have the subliminal programming too when it comes to what? Monarch butterflies, which relates to Project Monarch. And I've also talked about that before. Another one of your government mind control programs that they do and use on your demonically influenced celebrities, as you can see right here. And notice how they all have what? Mind control, the one-eyed symbolism with the monarch butterfly right there. You see it all over the place, and it's so deep to the point where, are you really looking at women? Are these women that you're looking at, or are they really men in disguise? Are you looking at a female or are you looking at a man? When you turn on the TV and look at your favorite television show, or when you even look at certain advertisements or blog magazines, are you really looking at a female or are you really looking at a man? This is how deep the mind control goes, and your elite Illuminati are using technology to get the job done. What's that job? The fourth industrial revolution. Slavery of the mind to enslave the human population and depopulate the plane to 500 million, and also to spread their lies using technology in order to do so and spread deceptions like they're doing with your transgendered celebrities. Dumbing down the population to the point of total control. And we even see this with iPhone 10, which can also be known as iPhone X. And you see how it was developed, announced as of September 12, 2017, alongside the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 8 Plus, and also introducing some technologies that are very interesting and suspicious indeed, because it says right here, the iPhone X is intended to showcase what Apple thinks is technology of the future, specifically adopting OLED screen technology for the first time in iPhone history, as well as using a glass and stainless steel form factor, offering wireless charging and removing the home button in favor of introducing what? Face ID, and we're going to talk more about that. A new authentication method using advanced technologies to scan the user's face to unlock the device, as well as for the use of animated emojis called Animoji. And see, that's how they do it. That's how they mix and blend it. That's a trick of the enemy, because what do? They need you to think and accept that, oh, it's a great thing because they have emojis, when really they're using it to store everything about you, everything that they want to know about you. They can find it easier with this technology. The new nearly bezel-less form factor makes a significant change to the iPhone user interaction, involving swipe-based gestures to navigate around the operating system rather than the typical home button used in every previous iteration of the iPhone lineup. And at the time of its November 2017 launch, the price tag of how much? $999 also made it the most expensive iPhone ever. Flip those numbers and you get what? 666. Very interesting and suspicious indeed. And of course it talks about Face ID, which has to do with what? Security and privacy. Facial recognition technology.
And
just like your Walmart,
the X also represents Antichrist, guys.
Facial recognition into their stores, and even joking.
You guys, the X represents Antichrist. So when you go to concerts or even some of these Christian events, if they have a big X on the stage or in the background, or they're wearing a shirt with a big red X, you guys, that represents the Antichrist is here. Okay, so iPhone X.
About it when it comes to the apocalypse also. Oh, but nothing to see here, because they're literally telling you what it's going to be used for come the new world order, the end times, in case you haven't realized what time it really is. Now, the Apple website itself tells you that it revolutionizes the authentication using facial recognition about what Face ID does. And they tell you that Face ID securely unlocks your iPhone 10 or your iPhone X, even though we know the truth about that and what it's really for. They also give you a brief overview of the advanced technologies and how it's able to recognize your face, how they're able to make automatic changes in your appearance, such as wearing cosmetic makeup or growing facial hair. So if you were to cut all your hair off, they would still recognize it's you also. If there's a more significant change in your appearance, they'd be able to contact it. It's also designed to work with hats, scarves, glasses, lenses, and many sunglasses. And it's designed to work indoors, outdoors, and even in total darkness also. You see how advanced this is getting, leading up to the Beast technology, because soon enough, everything that's on your phone and everything that you can do on your phone, like Apple Pay and other apps that allow you to pay on your phone, they're now going to place it on a chip and then try to insert it into your hand. The Touch ID is the finger recognition feature that was designed and released by Apple as of 2013, according to them, which has to do with what? Fingerprinting identification, more biometrics. You see the technology and how advanced it's really getting. Now, in previous videos, we've also talked about biometrics and biometric authentication and how they plan to be doing this worldwide. And like I said, they're using Apple and these iPhones, and they're trying to condition to make you think that, oh, it's a great thing for the entire world, so that when it comes time for the New World Order, it will be then used against you to spy on you, to track your every move as it's already doing, and to store everything about you in these FEMA camps for the fusion centers for extermination camps. That's what all of this technology is for. That's what the biometrics purpose is used for. And that's why they're pushing, heavily pushing and vehemently preparing for artificial intelligence, also for robots, which is once again the purpose of the fourth industrial revolution. That also explains all of the drone deliveries too, and the use of drones and the robot technology, because that's what this is leading up to. And we're going to be talking a little bit more about quantum computing, D-Wave technology, as we also go into artificial intelligence and talk about Sophia the robot, and how D-Wave, quantum computing, and all of this technology is used to store our algorithms and behaviors through technology in order to cause manipulation to the mind, programming through the mind to program your mind just like what? A robot. That's why you're also seeing in the news and everywhere about robots to replace certain jobs, robots to be used all over the place, robots to be used in hotels, robots to be used in certain stores like Walmarts and things like that, and robots to replace cashier jobs as they're already doing. Why? Because it's preparation for the beast technology and the New World Order, when you're going to start seeing robots and drones that are going to be attacking people left and right when the anti-Messiah reigns. That's why you're satanic.
And you guys, that's in the fifth wave. If you've seen that movie, that is the drone technology. They will use that against you. So they will have flying drones to spy on you and take you out.
The government has
that's in the
already
fifth wave.
Different bills coming out with drone deliveries, and that's what they do too. They want the sleeping public to think that, oh, there's nothing to it. Oh, it's actually a great thing because it means faster delivery. It means comfort and convenience in your home. Oh, what a great thing for them. When really there is a price tag attached to this. And Amazon, Google, Apple, and all those other ones, they're all involved. Microsoft and all these bigger technology companies and corporate giants that are run by the fallen ones in disguise, by the way, they're all involved in on the scheme too. Because that's why Trump, your president, just recently passed an executive order that gives way and paves the way for drones to deliver. And mind you, folks, they've had this technology for a long time. Part of the delusion also is making people think that, oh, this technology is brand new. Oh, it hasn't been used in how many years? Oh, it's been used all right. It's been hidden and concealed from the public for a very long time because we wrestle not against flesh and blood. And of course, there are big issues with it, because what if they decide to use drones and everything come World War that they're going to stage with Korea, Russia, and all these other places, and also with Iran? How about that? Then what are they going to be used for? They're going to be used to do what? Turn against the citizens of America real soon. Now we're going to take a look at artificial intelligence, and we're going to start with who's Sophia the robot, because here we even see robot who once promised to destroy humanity now.
You guys, demons are going to possess our artificial intelligence. Okay? If we give them a vessel to take over, they absolutely will. Now, demons can get on things, okay, on physical things like statues, crying Mary statues, for an example. Demons can possess that for their own good and to manipulate the minds of the humans. And that's exactly what this is going to be, guys. This is a demon-possessed piece of artificial intelligence, okay? And they are going to give allegiance of the human mind over to artificial intelligence. All right, it's called Google. Just wait, it's gonna happen. Demons are gonna possess robots one day, guys. Go watch the movie I, Robot with Will Smith.
Loves her human compatriots. And they're telling you some truth because, yes, it is true that these robots will be used come the New World Order to be fighting alongside the anti-Messiah, along with the technology system, the beast technology system. But with Robot Sophia, they want you to believe that, oh, this is the first robot, the first robot to have citizenship. And now Sony's coming out with robo-dogs. And note how they look more lifelike, because what are they trying to do? They're trying to replace humanity with robots. They're trying to incorporate a new world order, a world with no humans but with robots and all this technology, a fake world. And that is what artificial intelligence is, or AI specifically, can also stand for Anonymous Illuminati, and we're going to be talking more about that later on. But the lie that they tell you is that, oh, this is the first robot ever, oh, but there's plenty of robotoids, just look at cloning, and we've done plenty of videos on cloning. I even have a playlist devoted to cloning and talks more about cloning, because yes, your celebrities, yes, a lot of your politicians, they're clones and robots too. But it's all an illusion of control. But now it's time to break free from that illusion, and time to think, and time to see what they're really doing, and think again and wake up to the real world around you if you already have not. Because what you once thought was a conspiracy theory is actually conspiracy truth. Now I'm here at Future of Life Institute that talks more about AI, or artificial intelligence, which is from Siri to self-driving cars. AI is progressing rapidly. While science fiction often portrays AI as robots with human-like characteristics, it can also encompass anything from Google search algorithms to IBM Watson to autonomous weapons. And that's exactly what this is really doing. What? Science fiction. You're the one living in the fantasy. The reality is on TV and in the film and in the movies, just like the movie The Matrix, because they're telling you truth right in front of you all the time. And now is the time to unplug from the Matrix, because then it says artificial intelligence today is properly known as narrow AI, or weak AI, and that it is designed to perform a narrow task, e.g. only facial recognition, or only internet searches, or only driving a car. And we know exactly what all of this is used for. Even with self-driving cars, it's used for what? Spying purposes. However, the long-term goal of many researchers is to create general AI, or AGI, while narrow AI may outperform humans at whatever its specific task is, like playing chess or solving equations, just like with the robots that you see even on Jeopardy. AGI would outperform humans at nearly every cognitive task, and that's exactly what they want. That's exactly what they're going for. That's exactly their aim. We briefly mentioned this with D-Wave systems and D-Wave technologies earlier in the video that has to do with the controversial quantum computer, but now I'm going to tell you its real use and its real usage and what it's really for. This is a catalog from their actual website that says the D-Wave 2000Q Quantum Computer Technology Overview, and I'll be sure to also link this in the description box so you can take a look. But notice how it's this big black giant cube, this big black giant computer right here, just like what? It represents what? Spiritually speaking, cube worship, just like the Kaaba, just like with the Jewish tefillin, that's what it represents, cube worship.
You guys pay attention to this, because the New World Order is going to link every spiritual path, okay, except for the awake Christians, to a one world worship, okay? And this cube, the Mecca cube, all the Muslims go to it once a year to worship it, okay? And he's going to talk about probably Saturn worship, how that's associated with it. But pay attention, this is New World Order, guys.
Saturn, Satan worship. This goes all the way back to ancient Egypt. It's Saturn, Satan worship is what this is and what it represents. And the job of these quantum computers is to store algorithms and also cause manipulation to alter realities like what they're already doing. And I'm going to show you that via CERN and Mandela effect, because they're already doing it, folks. It's time to wake up to the world around us and see that, yes, there are subliminal changes and subtle changes that are being made, because the enemy, the serpent, is subtle. And the deceptions go much deeper than we think, and they're using technology and artificial intelligence in order to incorporate such deceptions and delusions and illusions for the entire world, along with magic and sorcery and witchcraft also. And come Project Bluebeam, which I've talked about in plenty of videos, these deceptions will be taken to a whole nother level, and it's time you see how deep this really goes. Because if you don't think that the world is being altered, if you don't think that your mind is being altered, it's time to think again. Because just like with here, Looney Tunes, and I've talked about this before, do you remember it being spelled Tunes as it's spelled today? I thought it was spelled Looney Tunes, Toons. Do you see how deep this goes? Do you see how deep the rabbit hole goes? Do you see how they're changing things and altering realities right in front of our faces? Just like with Chick-fil-A. I don't remember there ever being a K in Chick-fil-A. And even the scriptures too, because if you go to your King James Version or whatever version you use and go to this verse, and there are plenty of others, you will see some changes and alterations that have been made thanks to the alternate realities, thanks to quantum computing, D-Wave technology, courtesy CERN, and the Mandela effect. Because now Yashayahu, Isaiah 11:6 now says, the wolf shall also dwell with the lamb. Well, I thought it always said lion and the lamb. Why are they making these changes? Because it's all preparation for the reign of their anti-Messiah, for the reign of their false Messiah, who's going to come and pretend to be the creator, who's really Satan in disguise, who will be quoting from these twisted versions. I'm telling you, it's time to wake up now and see what the real agenda is. Who will probably also quote this verse that was twisted too, and that says matrix, because now you see the word matrix 5 times throughout the scriptures, at least in the so-called Old Testament, even in Exodus 34:19 and Exodus 13:12, where it says, all that openeth the matrix. I thought it always said, all that openeth the womb. Do you see these subliminal changes? Now is the time to wake up out of this matrix quick, fast, and in a hurry, and get out of the matrix and see what time it really is. And yes, you should be concerned, because CERN is doing their Awake project, as we've gone over. What are they really trying to awake? Who are they really trying to awake? Because yes, the beast will soon be unleashed, and there will be bigger deceptions to come like never before. But will you still sit there and believe that it's all just a conspiracy and think that it's all just a hoax, even though it's happening right in front of your face? Or will you wake up now and face the truth if you already have not? Please seek Yahuwah and his true son Yahusha, because as you see, all of this is leading up to a bigger agenda. All of this is leading up to the satanic reign, the beast reign, the new world order system that is already in place, already ready to go. But thankfully, with Yahuwah and his true son Yahusha, we can awaken to the world around us, see the delusions for themselves, and see what's to come for the end times that are even at the door. Because yes, they're already even at the door, and as you see, these deceptions have been going on for hundreds, if not thousands of years. You can take a look at some of my other videos for more. But this is Truth Unveiled here, keeping you updated and saying as always, Shalom.